brush of my Spanish. Okay, hi guys, how are you doing today? How was your day? Well, it was an eventful Monday for me. Although, yeah, Monday, Monday is always Monday. I mean, I don't know about you, but busy, trying to, you know, pick up from where we left off, on Friday. Yeah, well, but we are here. Thank God. We survived one day. We survived one day. How are you doing? How are you? How are you? I don't know if anyone has asked you this today, but I feel like I have to ask you. For the up to time, how are you doing? How is school? How is, business? How is work? How are you? I mean, are your family members doing? How's your spiritual health? How's your physical health? How's your mental health? How are you? Yes, welcome to my channel, and this is our day 38 of our book reading challenge, and we're still on the book The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Okay, so we've been dwelling on healing in about 2 or 3 chapters on this book. Okay, and um I'm sorry, I've got a little cold, so if you find me sniffing, don't blame me, please. Okay, so we've been learning a lot about healing and how it is connected to our minds. Okay, yeah, and here are some points that Dr. Joseph Murphy, the author of this book, tried to enlighten us on. Okay, so let's start with this. So, yeah, here's the part that I highlighted. Okay, here's an example of someone who had been crippled. He had been suffering from Pott's disease. I don't know if you've heard of that. Pott's disease. That is P-O-T-T, and the hyphen S. Pott's disease, or tuberculosis of the spine. So, and he had a remarkable healing. Okay, a little boy who was suffering from Pott's disease, that is tuberculosis of the spine, who had a remarkable healing. So Dr. Joseph Murphy tried to bring out that example to illustrate what he meant about, healing starting from the mind. Okay, so his name was Frederick Elias Andrews of Indianapolis, and his doctor had already pronounced him incurable. His doctor had already pronounced him incurable. He began to pray, and you know from being a cripple, he became a well-formed man, a straight well-formed man. So how was he able to get to this point? How was he able to achieve his healing? So what he said he did was he affirmed many times in a day. He would affirm over and over again in a day, and keep telling himself, I am healed, I am made whole. He would affirm daily, daily, I am whole, I am perfect, I am strong, I am powerful, I am loving, I am happy. He would affirm this over and over again. I am healed, I am strengthened, I live a long life. He kept affirming this as he sleeps, as he wakes. That is what he would say, that is what he would repeat. So it became a prayer, on his lips, which he would recite in the morning and before he went to bed. Okay, he also used the opportunity to pray for others as well. Okay, maybe others who are in the same situation, or just generally interceding for others. So this attitude of prayer, he kept it on for days, for weeks, he kept it on for months, and his faith and perseverance yielded great dividends. So here's what Dr. Joseph Murphy says. When thoughts of fear, anger, jealousy, or envy drew his attention, he would immediately start his counteracting force of affirmation going on in his mind. His subconscious mind responded according to the nature of his habitual thinking. This is the meaning of the statement in the Bible. Mark 10:52. Go thy way, thy faith had made thee whole. Okay, so what Dr. Joseph Murphy was trying to say is, whenever those feelings of fear, of doubts, of if it's gonna work, or if the affirmations he keeps reciting each day were actually doing anything good, he would counteract those thoughts, those negative thoughts, with the affirmations. He kept reciting them. So at the end of the day, he became a well-formed man. Okay, he became straight. Like I told you, he was earlier a cripple. So here's the point I highlighted. It is abnormal to be sick. Okay, and it's something that we need to take note of. It's something that we have to put at the back of our minds. It is abnormal to be sick. Okay, so call out your name right now. NK, it is abnormal to be sick. It simply means you are going against the stream of life and thinking negatively. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, you are supposed to live a long life. Okay, you are supposed to live a life of fulfillment. You're supposed to live a life of peace and prosperity. And sickness, being in poor health hinders that. Okay, so it is abnormal to be sick. Now here are other points to take note of as well. Charge your subconscious mind with the task of evolving an answer to any problem prior to sleep, and it will answer you. Okay, make sure that you prepare your subconscious mind on whatever problem you're going through. Prepare your subconscious mind for an answer. Okay, prepare your subconscious mind for an answer. Watch your thoughts. Every thought accepted as true is sent by your brain to your solar plexus, your abdominal brain, and it is brought into your world as a reality. It is normal to be healthy. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it is normal to be healthy. It is abnormal to be ill. There is within the innate principle of harmony. Thoughts and jealousy, fear, worry, and anxiety tear down and destroy your nerves and glands, bringing about mental and physical diseases of all kinds. What you affirm consciously and feel as true will be made manifest in your mind, body, and affairs. Affirm the good and enter into the joy of living. Powerful. So powerful. Okay, so I'm gonna go off mic, and when I return I'll share with you what I have studied in the chapter for today. We are on the chapter 8. Yeah, we are on the chapter 8. I don't know. Okay, we are on the chapter 8 of this book. Okay, we are, let's see, maybe, okay, we are not halfway there yet, but we're getting there. Okay, so we are on chapter 8 of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Okay, yeah, so I'll talk to you soon. I'm back. Okay. Yeah, so we're still on the subject of healing, and healing starts from your subconscious mind, in case you don't know that. Okay? Yeah, so here are some points to remember. Okay, when you're seeking, you're desiring good health, to come out of that poor health, you're praying to God, you're keeping up faith. Here are some things to think about. Here are some things to actually reflect on. Number one, when your mind is relaxed and you accept an idea, your subconscious goes to work to execute the idea. So first of all, I mean, let go of the anxiety, let go of the worry, let go of the fear, let go of the doubts. Okay, if this is not an easy task, but what Dr. Joseph Murphy says is, to do this, you have to relax your mind. Okay, if it's something that you just go to a quiet place, just close your eyes or lie still on your bed, or just sit, and just listen to your breathing. Do not pay attention to whatever thoughts are coming. In fact, just shut down the thoughts, shut down the thinking, and just listen to yourself, listen to your mind, reciting your affirmations. Just let your mind be relaxed and accept that idea that yes, I'm in good health, yes, I am healed, yes, I am delivered, yes, I am saved, yes, I live a life of abundance, yes, I live a life of fulfillment. I am prosperous. I have a good family. I have a great family. Yes, the children that shall come out of my womb are blessed. My husband is blessed. My husband is rich. My husband is wealthy. My husband, is a good husband, is a good father. So once you are able to accept these ideas, your subconscious gets to work and it executes the idea. Another point is, do not be overly concerned with the beating of your heart, the breathing of your lungs, or the functions of any part of your anatomy. Lean heavily upon your subconscious and proclaim frequently that divine right action is taking place. Amen. Okay? The feeling of health produces health. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. How do you feel right now? How do you feel? What do you feel? Okay, so if perhaps you're going through a prolonged poor health right now, how do you feel about that situation? What do you feel about it? What do you speak about it? What do you think about it? So the last point here is, imagination is your most powerful faculty. Imagine what is lovely and of good report. You are what you imagine yourself to be. Remember the sentence we learned yesterday. What you think is what you create. Okay, so here's something similar to it. You are what you imagine yourself to be. So how do you imagine yourself? In your line of work, in your career, okay, in your church, in ministry. What do you imagine yourself to be? Okay, so what you think is what you create. What you imagine yourself to be is what will be. Okay, yeah, so you need to do a self-reflection. You need to do an introspection on these areas of your life where you feel you need to move forward, where you feel you've been stagnant for too long and it's time to move forward. Okay, how do you imagine yourself? Where do you imagine yourself? Begin to speak it forth, begin to affirm it. Your desire is your prayer. That's what we learned yesterday. So what are your desires? Begin to pray them forth, not just on yourself, but on your kids, on your parents, on your siblings, on your spouses. Okay, so this has been worth it. It has been worth reading and worth recalling. I mean, the things I read yesterday I can still remember today. So I'm glad we are doing this. Thank you so much for doing this with me and being my accountability partner on this book reading challenge. I mean, we are on book 2. I can't believe this. Like, me I have read 2 books, so I'm gonna have to brag about that very soon. Oh, I've read 2 books. One was How to Win Friends and Influence People, another one was The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I mean, I've read 2 books, and I can tell you what they are. I can't wait to brag, but anyways, that's just, by the way. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I hope we'll be doing this next time, and I also hope it will be tomorrow. Yeah, but thank God for the strength to be able to do this day in, day out, no matter how our day goes. No, it's really awesome. Thank you guys for doing this with me. I hope to see you tomorrow. But till then, take care. God be with you. God bless you and yours. And never forget, your mind is formidable. Bye.